Welcome to Jars of Arioch, illustrated by Andre Adams, edited by Roxana Bell, and narrated and written by myself, Gena Bell. Enjoy! My name is Gena Bell. I'm a storyteller, and this is Jars of Arioch. We'll start with the foreword. And the story you are about to read is fiction. The foreword, on the other hand, is not. The foreword is 100% true, and I know because it happened to me. In the fall of 1998, my second daughter was born. I wasn't trying to get pregnant. I'd been on birth control for years. So when I found out I was 3 months pregnant, I was shocked and extremely excited about her upcoming arrival. My first daughter had been born premature, and we had a lot of problems. And she survived and had no long-lasting issues, but I had decided not to have any more children. As often happens, Mother Nature had different plans for me. And so the moment I saw the positive home pregnancy test, I was in love. And she was born on time and healthy. She was perfect. It was November and cold. We went out with her to see the last showing of a popular movie, hoping she would sleep through it. As I recall, the movie was Shakespeare in Love. I nursed her throughout the film, and she was quiet as a mouse. So that you might understand my encounter, I will describe the movie theater. It was the Brendan Theater in Concord, California. You enter with a concession stand in the center of the lobby. It shows a lot of different films at once, and all the movie screens are down a long ramp behind the concession stand. It's like a long tunnel. Now, my point in telling you this is that once you enter the tunnel, you cannot see peripherally until you walk back out through it. Now, the movie finished, and we walked back through the tunnel. I was there with my husband and mother-in-law. It was brisk outside and dark. The theater was closed, and the only light was coming from the concession stand in the middle. My husband went to get the car and left me, my mother-in-law, and our newborn inside. We walked to a corner where we could see him when he drove back up. I cradled my sleeping baby with my back against a full-length glass window. I was facing the tunnel, but far enough away where no one coming out of the tunnel could have seen me standing there without first walking out of it. A man in a hat came through the tunnel and walked directly at me. I have no idea how he even saw me standing there in the dark. It was like he had known exactly where I was. There was no pause. He walked with his hands clenched in tight fists. He walked like he was power walking. He had on a long leather trench coat. His hat was made from the same material and had a brim. He wore boots that pounded quickly as he walked towards me. He got into my face, maybe 2 inches from my nose, and stopped abruptly. He took his hand and gently stroked my baby's head while cupping it with his hand. He stared me right in the eyes and whispered, "She's beautiful," very slowly. He never looked at her. Now, I was completely frozen with fear, and all the hair on my body stood up. I heard a honk from my husband outside, and the man in the hat turned on his heels and marched away in the same pounding fashion he had walked towards me. I was shaking as we walked outside. I strapped my baby into her car seat, and my mother-in-law asked me if I knew him. I answered, "I have no idea what that was." Now, my husband, being the protective alpha male that he is, immediately wanted to know what we were talking about. I told him what had just happened. He asked me what he looked like, and all I could remember was that he was white and had crystal blue eyes. I explained that he wouldn't be hard to find since he was wearing what looked more like a costume than normal everyday clothing. We drove around the area for a few minutes, but we couldn't find him. Now, that night I went home and called my younger sister to tell her about the man that had scared me so much. As I began my story, she immediately asked me if he was wearing a hat. Shocked, I answered, "Yes." And she responded back that we shouldn't talk about him. Now, I'm an intelligent woman, and though I'm open-minded, I'm not one to believe in the supernatural. I'm not even religious. And my sister began by telling me her man in the hat story. Now, she was living with 2 roommates, and the 2 girls had left to go on vacation. They told my sister to leave lights on while they were gone, that the house could get
Sample complete. Ready to continue?